Okay, Javion's mom. Let's give you a call. Voicemail. Hey, Mrs. Griffin, this is MzTeachaLady. I was calling you because Javion has really been struggling in class. He's been skipping class and acting out when he's here, and I just really want to get him to be able to focus in. And I know you said call if I need anything at all, so I'm just giving you a call. If you could please give me a call back, that would be greatly appreciated. You have a blessed day. Bye-bye. Hey, Miss Griffin, it's me, MzTeachaLady again. I haven't been able to reach you, or, you haven't returned my phone calls, but I just wanted to, check on Javion. He's been cutting class a lot. I seen him in the hallway this morning, but he didn't show up to class. If you could give me a call back, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm gonna send an email. Hey, Miss Griffin, this is me, MzTeachaLady again. I shot you an email and you didn't respond to the email, but I'm gonna try to send out a text message next and see if I can get you on the phone. Did she just leave me on scene? Hey, Miss Griffin. This is MzTeachaLady. I'm probably calling you for like the 10th time. I sent you a text message and an email. I've left several messages, but unfortunately, I've not been able to get... Oh, wait a minute. There's an email that just came in from you. Please stop calling and texting me. Javion is your problem now. Okay, Miss Griffin, have a nice day. Welcome back, everybody, to this episode of In the Classroom Be Like. I know what you're thinking, like, yo, you gotta be being dramatic, MzTeachaLady. It cannot be like that. But listen, I wish that I can make this stuff up. I promise you that I'm not being dramatic. I'm not making it up. This has been my experience. And let me tell you, I've heard from other teachers the same experience as well. So like, what do you do in situations like that, right? How do you overcome those type of situations as an educator where you are trying to build connections with students, you are trying to engage students, you are reaching out to parents, you are calling, texting, emailing, everything that you feel like you possibly can do, and nothing is working. What do? I had a student whose mom was down for whatever at the beginning of the school year. She was like, call me when you want. You can call me anytime. She was like, whenever. Okay, I'm back. So she was like, whenever you need to, reach out. I know my son, call me when you need me, and I'll do my best to, be there and to handle the situation. Let me tell you something. I hate making phone calls home for negative things. I want to call home and be like, your son is friggin' amazing. And he's so great. Words can't explain like how great he's doing in my class. Do you know how amazing your child is? Those are the type of phone calls that I love making. I hate making phone calls home because in the back of my mind, I'm like, well, if I'm calling home, are there other teachers calling home as well? And is this parent getting like 7 phone calls from 7 different teachers about how horrible their child is? What kind of feeling does that provoke? I really hate making phone calls home if they are negative. And so I'm calling home and I'm like, maybe I should stop calling home. So let me reach out to some teachers that have had him before. Maybe there's a teacher that he has a really, really good relationship with and can really, help me to be able to get this student to do what he needs to do. Because this student had already took my class the year before and failed it. So this is the second time taking the class, and I'm like, I don't want this student to have to go through this again. Like, the goal, especially in a Regents exam, the goal is to just show up and pass, right? And so I'm reaching out to teachers and they like, bruh, nah. No, girl, ain't nothing you could do with that one. ooh, MzTeachaLady, you got, ooh. So finally, I reach out to an administrator and I say, hey, I've been making these phone calls about this particular student and I'm not getting any phone calls back. And I just need help. Like, I need help because I don't know what else to do. Like, literally, I don't know what else to do. And I'm laughing about this now, but like during the school year, y'all, this kid would have me in tears. Finally, the administrator got back to me and was like, oh, the mother said, well, the best way to reach her is via email. Enough said, email sent. Nothing. So finally, I get an email back, and the email basically was like, listen, stop emailing me. Stop calling me. There's nothing I could do. You the mama. You the parent. What you mean? Like, ain't nothing you could do. Like, I come from the generation of, I'm sorry, are you acting up in school? Are you embarrassing me? All right, I'm going to see you when you get home. Because I'm going to embarrass. Oh, you embarrassing me? I'm on my way up to the school to embarrass you. That's the generation I came from. That's a different time. That's a different era. A different breed of people, I'm assuming. And so I didn't understand that. So it took me by God and said, well, if there's nothing that you can do, what makes you think that there's something that I could do as a teacher? Like, I barely have a relationship and a connection to the student. So then I was like, all right, then forget it. If he show up, he show up. And if he don't, then he don't. That's it, right? And then something bad happened, and it really made me check myself as an educator. To really ask myself, well, why did you get into this? Did you get into it because you knew you were gonna have parent support dealing with difficult students? Did you get into it because you wouldn't have difficult students? Why did you get into it? And I had to check myself, like, the reason why I did this is because I care. It's because I know where they come from. I know the lives that many of them are living, the communities in which they are surviving, because many of them are not thriving in these environments. I came in because I wanted them to see one person, just one person that cared for them, that wanted the best for them, that was telling them every single day that they could be the best that they could be. And if that stops because I have an issue with you, then that's not on you, that's on me. I don't have to agree with you. I don't have to be best friends with you to continue to tell you that, listen, my expectation for your success does not change, right? And so I had to check myself as an educator. And so when this student returned to school, I was like, okay, what do you want? Like, what do you want to get out of this, right? And he was like, I want to pass. And so what can we do to make sure that you pass? And so we came up with an agreement, right? That on the days where he showed up to my class, right? The days where he showed up, that he would work on an essay or an assignment diligently until the end of class. And if he finished beforehand, then we could chat it up. And so let me tell you, like, it didn't always work, right? But I was doing everything that I had promised myself I would coming into teaching. As long as I kept going, despite his reaction, I got cursed out some days still. Yeah, I did. I got told off. When I came back from maternity leave, ain't nothing changed. Baby or not, boo. Right? But I kept going and I kept doing what I said that I would do. Let me just make this tangible, even for real life. You're not always gonna have a support system. You're not gonna always have people in your corner rooting you on and telling you what you can do. You're not always going to have all of the answers. Sometimes you'll be confused. Sometimes you'll be angry. Sometimes you'll want to throw in the towel and give it all up. Sometimes you'll want to literally walk away from teaching. That is real life. And let me tell you, you can feel all of that. Feel all of that, but don't give up. Don't give up because you don't have people in your corner. Keep doing what you know to do. Keep teaching the way that you know how to teach. And beyond education, let me tell you something. In life, people will pretend to be in your corner. They will tell you, yeah, I got your back. But sometimes that's not always the case. You cannot depend on people. Sometimes you got to figure that thing out for yourself. And it's going to be difficult. And it's going to be hard. I've been learning that in education and in my personal life. Like, people will pretend all day long, like, yes, call me whatever you need. I support you 110%. And then you go out and you do it and you're like, ooh, I thought that if I did this, you would have my back. Right? So sometimes as educators, sometimes as parents, sometimes as human beings, we have to take a step back, reevaluate the situation, and then approach it from a different perspective. You cannot change individuals. The only person that can change in a situation that you have control over is yourself. Sometimes it's not about how you feel. It's not about how frustrated you become. It's not about how angry or hurt you are. Sometimes we as individuals have to put our feelings aside and get the job done, and understand that there's a bigger picture, that it gets greater later, right? That the outcome of the situation, because of your commitment, your dedication, and your sacrifice, is going to be so much greater than what you're going through in it, right? And that's like beyond teaching. That's in life in general. We make sacrifices, and those sacrifices, they seem great when we're in it. And I don't want to minimize them, but when you see the outcome of what God has planned for you, what comes after those situations, circumstances, and sacrifices, it's so much greater. Then there's the aha moment, like, oh, this is where I was getting to. This is what all of those struggles were for, all of those obstacles were for. And so some of you have to look at that end goal, that end where you want to be, what you want to accomplish, and say, no matter the sacrifice, no matter how I feel, I am going to get there. Because that's all that matters, right? It's to get to the end. It's not how fast we get there. Doesn't matter how easy it is or how difficult it is. Just get there. And then take joy in the fact that you got there, that you worked hard for whatever you have. You worked hard to get to that place. The Bible says that the race is not given to the swift, but unto those who endure to the end. So endure, keep going. And until next time, be easy, and I'll see you on our next episode of In the Classroom Be Like.